Laci Denise Peterson was a 27-year-old woman with a bright future ahead of her. She was 8 months pregnant with her first child, a son she and her husband, Scott Peterson, had named Connor. The couple had been together for years, living a life of suburban bliss. On December 24, 2002, Laci vanished from her home. Her husband, Scott, reported her missing that evening. He claimed he had been out fishing in San Francisco Bay that day. What started as a search for a missing person quickly turned into a high-profile investigation.
Laci Peterson, 8 months pregnant, disappeared on Christmas Eve 2002. Scott Peterson told police he'd gone fishing in San Francisco that day, and when he returned to their home in Modesto, Laci wasn't there. Searches failed to find Laci until the remains of her unborn son washed ashore in April 2003. Laci's remains were found nearby the next day, not far from where Peterson told police he'd gone fishing. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder. At the time of his arrest, Peterson had dyed his hair blonde, had grown a goatee, and carried cash, credit cards, and other items in his car. He was tried and convicted in 2004.
Authorities soon focused on Scott Peterson, whose inconsistent statements and suspicious behavior raised red flags. The investigation revealed that Scott had been having an affair with a woman named Amber Fry, who claimed he had told her he was single. Meanwhile, as the search for Laci continued, her family and friends held out hope for her safe return. Tragically, on April 13, 2003, the bodies of Laci and her unborn son were discovered in the San Francisco Bay, not far from where Scott had been fishing. Scott Peterson was arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder. The trial was highly publicized, with the media and the public closely following every development. In November of 2004, Scott was convicted of the murders of Laci and Connor Peterson. Scott Peterson was sentenced to death, and his case continues to be a subject of controversy and debate. While some believe justice was served, others argue about the fairness of the trial and the evidence presented. Laci Peterson's story is a sobering reminder of the fragility of life and the impact of crime on families and communities. Her legacy lives on through the ongoing discussion of her case and the memories cherished by those who loved her.